Hi, I'm Ben, and this is my review on the Scooby-Doo movie, Scoob. Now, obviously, we couldn't see this movie in theaters due to the pandemic that's going on, but I didn't watch it yeah, and I know it came out like 2 months ago, right now? Yeah, 2 months ago, and I didn't watch it on demand because I couldn't afford it, so I watched it online. Yeah, like a free uploaded thing online, like those watch this thing online on this website line. Yeah, one of those uploaded websites, not YouTube, but a website that's uploaded. But yeah, I watched Scoob and I liked it. I really liked it. I like how the CGI made it look cartoonish. Like you know how does this explain? Nostalgia Critic, I know a lot of people don't like him anymore or something. He still has subscribers and views if people like him. But Nostalgia Critic reviewed the animated Grinch, and he said like there's a difference between animation and a cartoon, and yes, there's a difference. And he mentioned how cartoons move more unrealistic, and animation can look more realistic. They can animate more realistic, but here they animate but more cartoonish, which works for Scooby-Doo. Like I like that. I like seeing Blue Falcon. I've always been a big fan of superhero themed episodes of stuff. Like whatever there's a regular show that has nothing to do with superheroes, but then there's a superhero theme about it. I'm a sucker for that. Like I like Pie Man from The Simpsons, the Stretch Dude and Clever Girl from the Trails of Horror episodes, and Bartman Begins in the Revenge episode in The Simpsons, and the Masked Offender from Winnie the Pooh, the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes in SpongeBob, the Fairly Odd Parents with Crimson Chin, all sorts. And I watched Blue Falcon, the original Blue Falcon, like online, and I saw some episodes, and I really enjoy it. I like what they did with the costumes. I like that it looked like a more modern update, and I liked how robotic they made Dynamite look, and he's voiced by the guy, the Asian guy from Community. I forgot his name, but yeah, he's voiced by that guy, and he was really funny. But here's the thing they did, because I seen the cartoon. Dynamite's usually the clumsy goofball, like do 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 do, and he usually messes things up, but then saves the day at the end. And Blue Falcon mainly takes things more seriously. But here they switched them around. Dynamite takes some things more seriously, and Blue Falcon acts a bit clueless. But I still like seeing them. My only problem is that because if you saw reviews on Rotten Tomato or Metacritic, this hasn't been getting a good response. But here's my problem. I feel like the characters weren't developed. Like I feel like the characters like Scooby and Shaggy are like, well, if you want to feel this way and think friendship's not important, then I'm leaving. I feel like that just opened with that later on. Like they didn't really develop how important their friendship is in the beginning of the movie for Fred, Daphne, and Velma. And I feel like they just were just put in the movie. Like they do some important stuff that are still important to the story, but I feel like they didn't really develop their characters and they didn't really have a character arc. But Scooby and Shaggy mainly had the character arc, and it's kind of the same feel that people might have had with Toy Story 4 or Frozen 2, where it should have been a Woody standalone or an Elsa standalone movie. This feels like it should have been a Scooby and Shaggy standalone movie with the Blue Falcon in it, than a whole Scooby-Doo game movie, because they do important stuff, but it still is a lot of fun, and I still had fun with it. There's a part that I was worried was gonna be scary, like if you know scary scenes in kids' movie, like those scary scenes from Brave Little Toaster, which is like, oh no, that's sad, that's scary, or Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the shoe. I thought because there's this scene where he rips one of Dick Dastardly, the main villain, yeah, Dick Dastardly, the villain from Wacky Races, rips a robot's head off and then replaces it with a Dustbuster head. And I thought it was gonna be scary, but they made it kind of silly looking. But but I like the vacuum head robot. He was kind of funny and he had a good story to it, and and he was a lot of fun, and he had a crush on Daphne. Also, I liked where they're in dressed up in the beginning of the movie, where they meet each other, like Fred's a knight, Daphne's Wonder Woman, Velma's a judge. I forget what judge she is, and Shaggy and Scooby are obviously Blue Falcon and Scoob and Dynamite. I like seeing Scooby-Doo as a child. I like that they voiced a child to play him. I thought that was kind of cute. And I like how they were. I like how, and I think Daphne looks really beautiful and cute as Wonder Woman. Yeah, because I like because they're all owned by Warner Brothers, and I like seeing them in a. I like seeing DC references and all these things and Warner Brothers related stuff because, well, because if you probably, I already did a video of this. You probably heard that AT&T, who owns Warner Brothers now, or Warner or Time Warner, which is owned by Warner, which is Warner Brothers owns, but they heard they might sell DC Comics or shut down DC Comics if Generation 5 doesn't work. Like, you can't shut down DC Comics. Like, DC Comics is an icon that lasted from the 30s. Like, Superman, Batman, yes, the Avengers are more popular, but Batman and Superman are still popular as standalone characters. Like, we love the Avengers. Don't get me wrong, we love the Avengers. I don't have an Avengers poster right now, but yeah, we love the Avengers, but the Justice League, we at least know these characters as standalone. The Avengers, like Iron Man, Thor, Cap, are popular as an Avengers team than standalone characters, but Batman and Superman are more popular as standalone characters, but we still love the Justice League, and everyone's excited for the Snyder Cut. I'm hoping for something good about the Snyder Cut, but long story. But sorry, got off track there. I'm supposed to talk about the Scooby-Doo movie, but yeah, there's a lot of superhero stuff in the Scooby-Doo movie. Kind of like there was a lot of superhero stuff in the SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water movie that came out in 2015. I kind of like seeing that, but there is a side of me that feels like maybe it's all these people saying like, "Oh, there's too many superhero stuff in the world." Kind of wreck the fun about it, but kind of made me bitter about it or something. But there's a side of me that's like, does this need to have superheroes in it? But I actually like seeing Blue Falcon. I wouldn't give that up. I like seeing Blue Falcon in the Scooby-Doo movie. I heard it's supposed to be like the Infinity War of Hanna-Barbera, like this is supposed to start a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. We only got to see, and I remember seeing the IMDb list of all the Hanna-Barbera characters, but we only got to see Blue Falcon and Captain Caveman, who's voiced by Tracy Jordan of all people. He does act a bit funny, and there is like a Flintstones reference, like like they blow a turtle, it's like like the Flintstones. Yeah, and there's that. But yeah, also Simon Cowell, because you know how there's references to like you know the new Scooby-Doo movies and Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, where they show familiar faces, familiar faces like it's this celebrity, Scooby-Doo meets this celebrity. Well, I think they put Simon Cowell in this for some, and he's kind of funny, but at the end, spoiler alert, at the end there's like a plot twist where it's revealed that Dick Dastardly is Simon Cowell all this time, like, who is it? Simon Cowell? I already knew about that from a while back. I think I saw a YouTube page revealing that. At first, I'm like, oh, that's funny. But then I thought to myself, wait, does that make any sense that Simon Cowell's Dick Dastardly? Because there's a lot of things that happen that wouldn't make any sense. And there's like, because the backstory of how he lost his dog, like the dog character, and then they like how that would make any sense. But then they reveal the mask and take off, and the Simon Cowell is another mask saying like Dick Dastardly. So Dick Dastardly was disguising as Simon Cowell, disguising as Dick Dastardly. Trying to make sense of that. That is kind of funny. But yeah, I like the friendship that Scooby-Doo have. There was a problem that Shaggy got jealous, but I already thought he was being kind of jealous. Like he was saying, "Oh, your big ego, Scooby, oh, your big ego," and But yeah, I felt like some of the things, like their conflict or them arguing, felt like they were a bit rushed and they didn't really have time to develop and they just were put here. But overall, it was a fun movie. Also, yeah, I think because I love Blue Falcon and because before it was Batman getting interactions with Scooby-Doo, and there is still a lot of Batman interaction, but I feel like Blue Falcon is like the character if they their own Scooby-Doo's own version of Batman, if they can't use Scooby-Doo, if they can't use Batman, I mean. But yeah, I like Blue Falcon and I like the dog characters and I like what they did with Blue Falcon because they revealed that Blue Falcon is like his father, like his son, like this is a different Blue Falcon taking on the mantle, like Blue Falcon Beyond. And yeah, so that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I spent almost 11 minutes doing this video. Oh my gosh. But yeah, usually I mostly review theatrical movies, like movies I saw in theaters, but I really want to review this movie and I couldn't afford to get it on video and I really want to see this movie in theaters, but obviously we can't. And there's a lot of movies I want to see that came out way back but were delayed. But I hope you enjoyed this video and you probably might see some new videos. I don't know what new videos I might do, so hope you enjoyed this video and take care, and you probably might see some new videos.